thì tụi con biết rồi là sư cô nhỏ nhất ở chùa Đức Viên mình, và có chị Thân Ly và chị Từ Học, là hai chị cũng rất là giúp cho chùa mỗi lần, chùa Đức Viên cũng như là chùa ở bên tiểu bang của chị, để mỗi lần có khóa tu của các em, các chị đều về giúp quý thầy, quý sư cô chăm sóc các em và hướng dẫn cho các em. Thì sáng nay thầy mời sư cô Trung Như, chị Thân Ly và chị Từ Học sẽ sinh hoạt với các con, cho các con hiểu thêm cái ý nghĩa của những cái hình tượng mình được dán trên hai bức tường này, để cho chúng ta có cái khóa tu mỗi năm vào cái dịp khóa tu. Quý sư cô, các anh chị, cô chú đã dành nhiều thì giờ để trang trí hai cái bức tường này, để nhắc nhở cho chúng ta những lời của Đức Phật dạy, cũng như để cho mình biết cái chủ đề của khóa tu. Và mỗi một cái hình ảnh như vậy là có một cái ý nghĩa trong đó, chứ không phải là mình chỉ làm cho nó đẹp mà thôi. Nó đẹp, nó vui, nó gần gũi với các con, nhưng nó có ý nghĩa trong đó. Thì sư thầy nhờ ba vị sinh hoạt với các em. Rồi mời tụi con xin ra đây. Trước tiên là con chắp tay nói theo thầy lời cảm ơn quý sư và các cô chú đã trang trí cái phòng để cho chúng ta có được một cái phòng đẹp và nhiều cái ý nghĩa nha. Chắp tay lên con. Nam mô A Di Đà Phật.
Nam mô A Di Đà Phật.
Chúng con xin cảm ơn quý sư thầy, quý sư cô, các cô bác, anh chị đã dành nhiều thời gian, tâm tư để trang trí phòng sinh hoạt, để chúng con được đọc lại lời Đức Phật dạy và những hình ảnh đầy ý nghĩa. Nam mô A Di Đà Phật.
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 Cảm ơn các con. Bây giờ sư thầy nhường máy cho các chị.
Nam mô A Di Đà Phật. Chúng con kính cảm niệm ân đức của quý sư thầy, quý sư già và quý sư cô. Và thầy, hai thầy đã giúp chúng con những ngày hôm vừa rồi có những buổi giáo lý rất là ý nghĩa về lòng biết ơn. So, good morning everyone.
Good morning.
How are we today? Who wake up this morning and see, oh, I have to go to the temple. It's so exciting today. That's very good. I see a lot more hands than compared to last year. What makes it better? What makes it better that you guys water balloon? I don't know. Who spread that? Who spread that news that is not confirmed? It's not confirmed. Who spread that news that is not confirmed yet? Okay. Did everyone have a good breakfast? How do we think about it? Who's here to this retreat has made new friends? That's very good. That's very good. Okay. I'm very happy to each of your face to come back to the retreat every time we put it out. So we have 2 retreats every year. And each year we try to teach you the new things that related to the Buddha teaching that you can practically apply to your daily life to make your surrounding environment and yourself happier and be a very good person for the society. This year we have 2 walls, right? So I think I will have you guys start it with this wall first, because this wall has a lot of teaching in it. So can I have, in silence, can I have everyone to turn their back around to this wall in silence? Thank you very much. Okay. Larry, come on. Okay, can we, in silence, once again, scooch all the way back, maybe 2 square or maybe 3 square of the ground, so that I can squeeze in just right here.
Can everyone see the wall?
Okay. All right. Very proud of you. You guys just move in silence and very mindfulness. I like it. Okay, can everyone see the walls? Are you sure? Can anyone not see the walls? Mia, do you want to come here? Okay, that's good. So can we all take 1 minute in silence, have a very deep gaze about these walls, and I have some questions for you guys. Okay. Have a look at these walls, watch us closely, and in your mind, relate it to how we can relate it to what we have learned and what have Sư Thầy and Thầy Chân Tạng, Thầy Viên Trung just have taught us, and all of the volunteers taught us these few days, and how we can relate it to the Dharma. Okay. So, can I have a volunteer telling me what you like best about the walls? Can I have Nathan? Thank you.
We'll have this friend first, okay?
Oh, yes. Or give it to Nathan, yes.
That it shows like most of the retreats of Chùa Đức Viên.
Most of the retreat of Chùa Đức Viên. And what makes you think like that? Which show that most of the retreat was the Chùa Đức Viên? Nathan.
Can you tell me the question again?
Huh?
Can you tell me the question again?
Oh, what makes you think that, what shows that most of the retreat of the Chùa Đức Viên, where can you see it?
There's like 8 pictures of like summer and winter retreats throughout the years.
That's good. All the pictures that we have put here, just hold on to that, and this have meanings. And
Okay, we have another friend who raised his hand very early. So what is your favorite part of the wall, brother?
Wait, can I tell you?
You can say it into the microphone. It's okay. Okay. Okay, he's kind of
That's good. Thanks for volunteer. At least I like the intention. Okay, and who else have their favorite of these walls?
So our brother Roman would like to share that his favorite part of the wall is that there are a lot of flowers.
A lot of flowers. A lot of flowers. I like it. IKEA.
The decoration.
The what?
Decoration.
The decoration. Did you paint this wall? Okay, good. I want to hold you to hold on to that feelings. Okay. I like to go to the center. Gratitude, right? So during these few days, who can tell me what's the theme of this retreat in the show of hands? Who can show me what we are trying to teach you during this retreat in a show of hands?
I feel like most of you should know this answer. And
Most
I'm
of you
very
should know the
confident
answer.
that you do know it. So how about on a count of three, on three, we say it out loud. Don't scream, but shout it nice and loud and proud.
Out loud, not yelling.
The retreat, the theme of the retreat. And if you need a hint, it's right on the wall. Okay, ready? All right.
One,
One,
two,
2, 3.
Gratitude.
There we go. Okay, we're
Very
building.
proud of
We're
you.
building our energy.
We're building our energy because I think some of you still like missing the batch a little bit. Yeah, so since we are talking about gratitude, how many gratitude have you learned during this retreat in a show of hands? Can I have a straight A student in here?
Yeah.
Yes? In the back? No? Okay. How many gratitude have you learned during this retreat? And or who are we paying gratitude for during this retreat for
Don't be
people?
shy.
Don't be shy.
Okay, right here. What gratitude did you learn?
Everybody that helped us in our lives.
Good
That's
job. Can we
good.
give our brother a big round of applause?
And I want more specific answers.
Who
Who are we
else? Who
thinking
else?
of
How
when
about-
we
how
show
about you,
gratitude
sister?
for?
The Buddha.
The Buddha.
Big round of applause for our sister.
Who else has a more specific persons or objects that we pay gratitude for?
How about our sister in this row over here?
Our parents.
Our parents? And which order does it go first? Let's go first, right? Okay.
Okay, now we need our older brothers and sisters to be brave. Let me hear your voice.
Yes.
How about we have an older brother or sister share? What
Can I
is
have-
a gratitude that you learned
Good.
in this retreat?
Can I have brothers and sisters in group 1, 2, 3, that my favorite people on the earth? Show me what have you learned? Who we pay gratitude for?
Right here.
Can I have Hillary?
No, it's right here. We have a sister here.
Teachers.
Teachers.
Teachers, can we give our sister a round of applause? Thank you.
2 more. So far we have parents, we have teachers,
We have the Buddha.
we have the Buddha,
Okay,
and who else? And what else?
we have a hand from our sister right here.
Friends.
Friends. Yay!
Round of applause for friendship.
We have one
Okay.
more.
Maybe we'll have one more person
One show
guess,
of
okay?
hands.
You want to give her to her?
To here.
Yeah.
Can you introduce your name? Can you stand up? Okay. I have a very good friends in here. Can you introduce your name?
I'm Kelsey.
You, Kelsey. And what's the last one? What's the last one? The nuns and the monks. Thank you.
Can we give a round of applause for
Can
Kelsey?
you give her a round of applause too? But I still need to find the answers that goes to with the Dharma. Can I have Henry?
So basically, family.
Family and friends.
You want to just go into it?
Yes, and friends.
So, dear friends, if you can hear my voice, say shh. Thank you. So, we heard our brothers and sisters give us so many wonderful examples, right? The Buddha, the monks and nuns, our family, our parents, our friends, all lovely examples. And remember, when it comes to gratitude, there are no wrong answers because we have gratitude for everyone and everything, so many things in our lives. So, dear friends, today we would like to remind you of something that we've been hearing in the past 2 days, but let's see just how carefully you were actually listening. During our chanting sessions, at the end, as we stand up to bow to the Buddha, we did 4 special bows. And these 4 special bows are called the 4 gratitudes. So when we bow 4 times, we bow in gratitude to 4 special things, or 4 special people, you could also say. The first one is our parents. Can everyone say parents?
Parents.
Our second gratitude is our teachers. Can everyone say teachers?
Teachers.
Our third gratitude is our friends. Can everyone say friends? And the fourth one is not just one person, not just 2 people, but all living beings. Can you say all living beings?
All living beings.
There we go. I like the energy.
Like the energy. So that's the 4 gratitudes that the Buddha taught us to pay gratitude to. So I remember when I read a very good passage that the Buddha teaching, and I have a very good answer for you, a good question for you guys. The Buddha said, in the world, there are two people who are the hardest to repay. Who are they? Can I see a show of hands? That's the Buddha's question, okay? Can I have...
How about a sister in the back?
So let me paraphrase the question. So in the world, there are 2 types of people who are the hardest to repay.
Dạ thưa cha mẹ.
Good. Your parents. And why is that? Can you also show me?
Why is that? It's hard. Why is it the hardest? Well, they brought life to you, but also they're the people who are always there for you, and most seem to take it for advantage. What? Take it for
Good. So the Buddha taught us, even if you were to carry your mom on one shoulder and your dad on the other shoulder for 100 years, taking care of them, you still would not be able to pay them back. Even if you make them king and queen of the whole world, you would not able to pay them back. And I have to stick that story in the mind, and I will show you the answer later.
So, dear friends, the first gratitude is to our parents. Our parents includes our family, our blood ancestors. So all who came before us, maybe your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your great-great-grandparents. Think of all the people in your family up until now that have made it possible for you to sit right here, right? So can you all give yourself like a pat on the back or like a pat on the head? What do you feel? You feel your body, right? Do you feel your body? Okay, so this body feels like you. This body is like you. It's just, this is me, right? I'm Quinn, this is Go Jumyo, this is me, right? But actually, if you really think about it, this body is the body of our parents. This body, when you put your hand on your heart, when you put your hand on your shoulder, you can feel that it is your mom's heart, your dad's heart. This body is a gift of your parents. So how about, can someone who has maybe been to the retreats before, do you see the green clouds above of me? Can someone say what these 2 green clouds and those 3 green clouds are? You can shout it out.
You can shout it out. The 5
what?
The 5 precepts.
5 precepts. Perfect. So how about, since I'm right here, since I'm already here, what's the first one? What does the one
precept
right above me say? What does the one right above me say? Can someone say it into the microphone for me?
No using wrong speech.
The one underneath it.
I don't know.
Can someone say the big word underneath it?
I see the little girl like you.
No intoxicants.
No intoxicants.
No intoxicants. So for our young brothers and sisters here, no intoxicants simply means we don't want to put unhealthy things into our body, right? You want to be healthy. If you want to be healthy, can I see a thumbs up? Yeah? Okay. I see a lot of thumbs up. Okay, brothers and sisters, shh.
Okay.
Thank you.
And in the show of hands, I want you guys to really come back to yourself for 5 seconds and reflect back. How many precepts have you practiced during this retreat only? In 5 seconds. Think it to yourself. Yeah. Okay. In 5 seconds, reflect back and look at these 5 precepts in here and think to yourself, how many of them have you been keeping to yourself? Have you been practiced for the whole retreat? Okay, I think we know the answers. Can I see a volunteer, a show of hands? I want girls. I want some girls. Can I pay my focus on the brothers and sisters in group 1 to 4? Okay, don't make me disappointed. I know you guys have been keeping it just very shy to show it out loud. Can I have Hillary?
Okay, brothers and sisters, please stay quiet so that we can listen to our sister
You have to
very
pay attention
clearly.
to what Hillary do to keep her precepts during the retreat, okay? And we can all learn from her. Okay, go ahead.
Can you repeat the question again?
You pay attention to the 5 precepts up here on the walls, and how many of them have you been practicing to others during this retreat?
All 5.
All 5. Can you show examples?
Examples, I don't kill animals.
Let's go with the first one. Can you show examples? What have you done?
I don't use wrong speech, such as bad words.
You don't use wrong speech. What is wrong speech?
It's like using curse words or hurting people's feelings.
Okay. Second one? Speak
no,
louder. You can do it.
No intoxicants is not having any, not taking any drugs or alcohol.
Or unhealthy.
Unhealthy food or anything.
And the third one?
I don't touch people without their consent.
Consent. Fifth one?
I don't steal stuff from the temple at all.
You didn't steal anything from the temple at all? And then the last one?
I don't kill any animals.
It's because you are all here coming back to retreat. And we don't have the environment to encourage it. And let me divert the 5 precepts back to Chị Từ Học so that she can explain more for us about the 5 precepts.
Thank you, Sister Hillary, for your summary and recap of the 5 precepts. Okay, dear friends, can we turn our bodies back to this wall and turn our volume down?
Everybody, please be respectful.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
So, dear friends, as I was saying that our body is the body of our parents, our grandparents, all of those who have come before us. And so one of the ways, a very big way for us to repay this gratitude to our parents, to our family, is to take good care of our bodies. Do you notice that when you take good care of your body, when you are healthy, that your parents are happy? Yeah, right? So the way for us to take good care of our health, both mental and physical, is to only take in foods that nourish us, that is healthy for us, and maybe even for our older friends, taking in media that is healthy for our minds. Because in this way, we are healthy not just physically, but also mentally as well. So intoxicants can come in many different forms, but when we keep our body healthy, this is a very big thank you to our parents. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, can you give me a thumbs up? Yeah? Sounds good.
And let's take a deeper look. What have you noticed about these flowers? Who can tell me the name of these flowers? Make it short.
Lotus flowers?
The lotus flowers. Who agrees the lotus flowers? Good. And who remember in the very beginning of the retreat, Thầy Chân Tạng passes around the Hoa Ngọc Lang flowers. Have everyone have the chance to smell it? No? Who smelled it? Do you like the smell? No, it's not. But it's good. But it smells good. But it smells good. So the smells of the lotus flower is just the same. It's just the same. And what do you think the kid is doing to the Buddha? What do you think the kid is doing to the Buddha? Okay, I think we all know the answer. Let's just shout it out, okay? Not yelling, but shout it out. What do you think the kid is offering to the Buddha? And why do you think the kid giving the Buddha flowers? Why do you think the kid is giving the Buddha's flowers?
So they could pray.
So they can pray?
Because the flowers represent the Buddha.
The flowers represent the Buddha. I like that idea. I would like to elaborate more than that.
The flower is Buddhist.
The flower is Buddha. So is Buddha offering the lotus Buddha to the Buddha. That's good. And what have the Buddha taught us? That's the second example of we paying gratitude to our teachers, right? Our teacher, the greatest teacher, taught us to do good thing, to be good gratitude, teach us the 5 precepts so we can be good people.
So, dear friends, we're about to listen to something really deep and meaningful. So, can I have all of you take a deep breath in and a deep breath out?
Are we ready for some really deep talk? It's very interesting.
Let this sink in. Our
Like it's
second gratitude is our teachers. So our teachers can be so many people. Our teachers are like we Sư Thầy, we Sư Cô in the retreat. All of you go to school and you have your own teachers there teaching you math, science, language arts, social studies, all of these different subjects. So the reason why we have such great gratitude towards our teachers is because they teach us to be good people. They teach us love, they teach us understanding, they teach us compassion. Who is our biggest teacher right here? Say it out loud. The Buddha. Our root teacher, our very first teacher in our spiritual life is the Buddha. So when we have gratitude towards our teachers, we think of the fact that, yes, our parents gave us this life, our parents gave us this body, but our teachers have shaped our minds. Sounds deep, right?
And you know what? The great founder, Sư Bà Đức Viên, also has a teacher that she always shimmering in her heart. Like, how can I repay the Buddha? How can I pay the debt? How can I pay the gratitude to the Buddha? Is always simmering in her heart. And because she paying such a huge gratitude to the Buddha, she create this for all of you guys to come back and practice the Buddha teaching. And that's the only way that she can repay the gratitude to the Buddha, teaching you guys the Dharma. You guys can be a good people. You guys can be the Buddha to become, so that you can be the good benefit for the society. That's just a huge way to pay the Buddha. And who remember the example of, I said, there are 2 people who are hardest to repay.
And how can you repay them? It's harder to repay, but it doesn't mean that you can repay them. What's the best way to repay the Buddha? To repay the parents, the Buddha, and the 4 gratitudes that we should learn. Say thank you. That's very good.
So, dear friends, another way for us to repay our gratitude is to use loving speech. Or, in other words, you could also say, not using wrong speech. So, I don't want to have you raise your hands, but I feel like some of you can relate. Maybe sometimes you forgot to do your homework, and then you came to class. Maybe you lied to your teacher. You made up some kind of excuse. Brother gave me a thumbs up. So when we remain truthful, when we are as honest as possible, and we're not using wrong speech, this is a way for us to show our respect to our teachers. When we respect our teachers, it becomes a habit. This turns into a habit. You think you can do that? To not use wrong speech?
So do not use, as I say in conclusion, so the best way to repay your parents, those are the 2 hardest people to repay. The best way to repay the Buddha, the teachers, to repay the good things that your friends have done to you. That's why I see a lot of showing hand that you're making new friends. They must have done nice things to you that you can make them your friends, right? Is the Buddha said, if you help your mother and father, believe in kindness, do good things, be generous, and become wise, then you have helped your mother, your father as much as you can. Each of you come to the retreat. We practice the 5 precepts. We come in harmony. We do good things for people. Use a very good example so that your parents can look at you practicing the 5 precepts so they can learn from you. They can be a good people for society. They can come back to their heart and trust in the Buddha, trust in something bigger than themselves. That show them the light of how to lead their life. That's the best way to repay your parents. Do the parents need you to make a lot of good money and raise them and feed them for the rest of their life? Probably not. But wouldn't make them happy. Would them be happy if you give them a lot of money? They go out and spend all of that money very unwisely. Would it make them happy? Or would you be a good example, come to the temple, come to the retreat, really practicing the 5 precepts and taught them the 5 precepts so that they can be the Buddha themselves too? Would it be the best way to repay them? I would think that's the most succinct and very enduring way to repay the parents. And that, because you practice the 5 precepts, you have the fragrance. And that fragrance called the virtue fragrance. You guys have fragrance. When you practice the 5 precepts, it's just like the lotus, like an offering to the Buddha. When you do good things to people are going to remember you. You have the smells. That smell is the smell of acting good, of loving kindness, of doing good to people, of caring about people, of noticing the good deed, of noticing people. How can I make their life better? And that really touched their heart, and that live in them, that registered in them are smells of goodness, and that the smells of the lotus that you all can have to offering to repay the Buddha, to repay the parents, to repay your friends that do good deeds to you, to be nice back, right? To repay your ancestor and all living beings.
Can we recap really fast? Because our dear sister here gave us a lot of good information, and I hope you were listening.
Of deep things.
So, can someone remind me again, what was the first gratitude? Say it out loud, all together for me. Parents, good. And how about the second gratitude? Our teachers. Now, are you ready for the third gratitude? Okay.
Friends.
And
the fourth, all living beings. Yeah. And because of all this, because you've been practicing all this and come to a retreat, can have your attention back to the back wall right there and have a deep look. We had to like brief talking about it. Harmony. It's fine.
We didn't do third and fourth yet. But we didn't do the third and the fourth gratitude yet.
Shit, I forgot. It's fine. Okay.
It's okay, I'll go over there.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
In silence, can we all turn in our attention back to the bakwa right here? It's turning back. It's over there.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Okay. Can we all in silence and really look at the walls and what do you think? Turn it back. What do we feel in here? What do we feel the vibe of the war in here? Who really think it's really peaceful?
Can you all see? Front row, you too close?
Okay. Who really think that you want to be in this environment where you don't see any suffering, when you don't see any hatred here? Good. I like the silence.
So the third gratitude is to our friends. Our parents give us this body, our teachers shape our mind, but without our friends, we wouldn't want to come to the temple all the time, right? Because our friends encourage us to practice. When we surround ourselves with good friends, this reminds us to cultivate our gratitude, our love, our understanding. So that's why it's important to surround yourself with good people. Our friends are all around us. Look around you. Do you see how many friends you have in this room? All of the friends that you have met in this retreat? This is the community. This is the Sangha. Did you know what the Buddha did? What was the first thing that the Buddha did after he became enlightened? Very first thing.
No answer is wrong answer.
After he became enlightened. Can you pass that microphone to him?
I think the first thing he did after being enlightened, he went to like a group of like unenlightened monks and like taught him like everything he knew, and I think those monks became the Sangha.
Whoa! Can we give our brother a round of applause? Oh my boba. Okay,
That's a very good example of we can all become Buddha right here.
I see another hand from a very big friend. How about we give our microphone to our big friend over here?
Okay, everyone listen, because you're going to hear something very wise. Are you ready for it?
I remember that after the Buddha was enlightened, he actually spent some time thanking the tree that he sat underneath. So I went to India and I went to the actual place where the Buddha did stand by the Bodhi tree, and he looked at the Bodhi tree and did meditation on the Bodhi tree to thank the Bodhi tree for sheltering him during his time of meditation. So that's something else that I remembered.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Brother Andy. So 2 wonderful answers. And I have to say a big thank you to our 2 brothers for leading us exactly into the third and the fourth gratitude. The third gratitude to our friends. One of the things that the Buddha did after he became enlightened, as our young brother said, is that the Buddha went to his friends. There was a group of 5 friends that he had met in the forest before he became enlightened. So right after he became enlightened as the Buddha, he immediately thought of these friends. He thought, I understand how to end suffering now. I understand how to teach understanding and love. So I want to help my friends. So he went to these 5 friends, and that was his first ever Dharma talk. So dear friends, as you are coming out of this retreat and you have learned so much about gratitude, you also can go to your friends and share with them the lesson of gratitude. Because when we practice gratitude and we spread it to other people, it's like it's contagious. It spreads, and then the gratitude grows. So the more gratitude we have, the better.
Okay, now I'm going to pass it on to Sister Thang Li.
Gratitude.
The
Can we do
fourth.
the fourth gratitude?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's go.
And our last gratitude, can you all say very nice and loud for me? Gratitude
The
number
fourth
4.
gratitude.
All living
Living
beings. So, as Brother Andy said, the Buddha said, thank you to a tree. Who here has said thank you to a tree before? Really? Good for you.
I like my nature people.
Good for you. All living beings includes all living beings includes animals, plants, and even minerals, even rocks. So when we express our gratitude to all of the animals in the world, all of the plants in the world, even all of the minerals in the world, we are respecting life. Just like all of you enjoy your own life, there are many other beings as well, not just human beings, who also value their own life. So this is a good reminder for us to practice the first precept, which is
No
killing. That's okay. We'll work on our precepts. But when we practice the first precept of not killing, we are respecting all forms of life, not just other human beings, but also animals, plants, and minerals. So I see many beautiful animals, plants, and minerals on this wall. So we would like to invite our dear sister Tang Li, and she will continue to share with you the meaning of this wall.
You ready for it?
Oh.
No.
Good
You
morning,
stay here.
everybody. So we're going to try to be very quick, but I think the main focus now, how many animals do you guys see? Lots of different animals, right? Okay, shh. Quietly, quietly, quietly. I'm not asking you directly how many, but you see how we have so many different animals, right? What's that?
We have the bees. We have the cat.
What's this?
The cat.
Up here.
The birds.
Down here.
The fish.
So we have so many different animals that come from different places, right? So what do they all have that are different? What can a fish do? Swim, right? What can the bird do?
Fly.
What about the rabbit? Hop, right? So all different animals, but they all come together in one place. And they all are what? What do they do together? What can you call them together? Well, what about the third one? The third gratitude. Friends, right? All of them are friends. All of them interact together, right? The butterfly with the deer and the cat. So each animal has something that they do best, right? The bird can fly. Can the fish fly? Technically. What about the fish? So,
But as you all say, each of the animals right here, they all do all kind of different things. But are they make each other uncomfortable? No. Do you see the sadness in what animal face? Right. That's create the whole harmonious environment right here.
the community, right?
It's represent the whole communities. And you think why can't we have this harmonious community? And why do you think they can live in such a harmony environment right here? They're part of the Sangha too, just like you guys.
Everybody pays.
It's because they do their own thing. They don't kill each other. They practice the 5 precepts. They don't make each other uncomfortable, just like you guys. You guys can all come back to the retreat, make each other comfortable, making friends, doing good to people. You create in yourself a huge part of Sangha. You make this retreat possible. Every factor makes this retreat possible. So just like this, if you guys come to the retreat, kicking in your friends and make each other uncomfortable, do you think you can have a very happy retreat? I don't think so. The reason why the retreat is so good and you learn so much about this is because you all treat each other with respect and learn how to live in harmony, show each other respect, care for others, noticing the goodness in each other, and take that in the heart and be grateful for it. So that next time you can be grateful to your friends, you can do the good deed back. That's how you repay it. That's how we create the whole Sangha. We can all come back here together. You all have the willing to come back here together next year or the next retreat. It's because you feel like a home in here, right? People care about you. I see a lot of friends. I see a lot of faces make new friends that make me really happy. And I would think that make the great founder, Siba, is very happy too. Because that's her main simmering wish. She wished to create a Vietnamese community. She was saying that I have to build a very, very beautiful temple at all cost. And her disciple, her students would ask her, why would you give such a burden to yourself? Why would you do that? Why would you go out there and take a huge loan and you don't even know if you can repay? But her main purpose is, I have to do it no matter what. It's because we have to build this beautiful temple so that our Vietnamese kids can feel proud that we have this huge temple. They can introduce their friends, go to the temple so we don't lose them. We don't lose them in the future. We can give them a huge home that they can feel proud of. They can feel proud. So that can all introduce their friends. Oh, we have Vietnamese, in Buddhism, we have this kind of beautiful temple. Come, and let me introduce you to our temple. And Siba would say that that's how we keep our children coming back to the temple and learn Buddhism. That's how we keep them. Do you think how great she is? Would you go out to the bank and take a huge amount of loan that you have no way, you don't think of the way to, how do I pay it back? No. That would be a problem, but she doesn't really put that in her heart. The only thing she cares about, her willingness, her diligence, her consistency to do it is because she wanted to do it for you guys, to repay the gratitude to the Buddha, to pass it on the Dharma, so you guys can be a good people when you go out there. You keep in the 5 precepts, you be a good human beings, decent human beings, that keep you, that make merit for yourself, that make merits for your parents, to others, and your friends, your parents look at you, they feel proud. And they want to keep the 5 precepts too. So in a way that you repay the whole thing, the 4 gratitudes, right? Right. Thank you for listening, and I really appreciate your presence in here. And I want you guys to know that you all make it possible, because coming back here, treat each other with respect, learn the Dharma, passing on the Dharma, do good things for others, making friends. You make it possible. And can we all believe that we are the Buddha to be?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
Cảm ơn sư cô Trung Như, chị Từ Học và chị Thân Nghi. Rồi bây giờ sư cô mời tụi con mình đứng lên, mình lễ Phật Tam Bảo, rồi sau đó mình tụng kinh ha.
Okay. Let's get ready in silence. Thank you so much.
Rồi các con hướng về Tam Bảo nha. Rồi đứng thẳng, hàng cho thẳng các con ạ. Dạ, A Di Đà Phật, con kính thỉnh trên thầy, quý sư và các em lễ tam bảo 3 lễ theo tiếng chuông. Sư cô mời các con ngồi xuống. Mời cô Hải Đường hướng dẫn các em tụng tiếng Anh.
Dear communities, while we are in the Buddha Hall, please wholeheartedly practice mindfulness and maintain the quiet energy to show our respect and gratitude for the Triple Gems. Dear communities, we will not start our chanting until we quiet down. Please, let's practice together. Thank you. Please open to page number 2. Thank you.
Dear friends, we will chant the sutra opening verse. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The Dharma is deep and lovely. We now have a chance to see, study it, and practice it. We vow to realize its true meaning.
Cái bài khai kinh rất là hay, thầy muốn nhờ các em đọc lại thêm 2 lần nữa. Đọc cái bài Nam Mô Tassa và khai kinh, đọc thêm 2 lần.
Nam Mô Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Nam Mô Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Nam Mô Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Vì Phật, thầy xin lỗi là khi mình tụng kinh thì thầy sẽ cầm máy và các con tụng theo cho đều, và thầy muốn nghe giọng tất cả các con. Còn khi nào sư thầy mời riêng các em lên đọc cho các bạn nghe thì các em cầm máy. Thì chúng ta đọc lại 3 lần, thầy sẽ cầm máy, còn tất cả chúng ta đọc chung với nhau cho lớn cho đều. Di Đà Phật.
Nam Mô Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Nam Mô Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Nam Mô Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. The Dharma is deep and lovely. We now have a chance to see it, study it, and practice it. We vow to realize its true meaning. Nam Mô Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Nam Mô Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Nam Mô Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. The Dharma is deep and lovely. We now have a chance to see it, study it, and practice it. We vow to realize its true meaning.
At this time, we would like to invite the community to turn to page 39.
Blessed
ones
who dwell in the world, grant to us compassion. In this and countless lives before, from beginningless time, our mistakes have caused much suffering to ourselves and others. We have done wrong, encouraged others to do wrong, and given our consent to acts of killing, stealing, deceiving, sexual misconduct, and other harmful actions among the 10 unwholesome deeds.
Whether our faults are known to others or whether they are hidden, they have brought us to the realms of hell, hungry ghosts and animals, causing us to be born in places filled with pain and suffering. We have not yet had the chance to realize our full potential. Today we are determined with one pointed concentration to repent the obstacles of our past unwholesome actions.
Blessed ones, be our witness and look upon us with compassion. We surrender before you and make this aspiration. If at all within this very life and countless lives before, we have given, even if only a handful of food or simple garment, if we have ever spoken kindly, even if only a few words, if we have ever looked with eyes of compassion, even if only for a moment, if we have ever comforted or consoled, even if only once or twice, if we have ever listened carefully to wonderful teachings, even if only one talk, if we have ever offered a meal to monks and nuns, even if only once, if we have ever saved a life, even if only that of an ant or worm, if we have ever recited a sutra, even if only 1 or 2 lines, if we have ever been a monk or a nun, even if only for 1 life, if we have ever supported others on the path of practice, even if only 2 or 3 people, if we have ever observed the mindfulness trainings, even if imperfectly, all this merit has slowly formed wholesome seeds within us. Today we gather them together like a fragrant flower garland, and with great respect we offer it to all awakened ones, a contribution to the fruit of the highest path. Opening our hearts wide to the perfect highest awakening, we are resolved to attain great understanding. We will realize compassion and embody deep love. We will practice diligently, transforming our suffering and the suffering of all other species. Please transfer the merits of body, speech, and mind to the happiness of people and all other beings. Apart from bodhicittas and apart from the thirst of great understanding and the embodiment of love, there is no other desire in us. All Buddhas in the 3 times and in the 10 directions have offered their merit as we are doing today. Repenting all our faults, we joyfully contribute to the immeasurable ocean of merit and the towering peaks of the highest understanding. The Buddhas and the ancestral teachers are the light which shows us the way. In this solemn moment, with all my life force, I come back to myself and bow deeply with respect.
I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and of love. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. Dwelling in the refuge of Buddha, I clearly see the path of light and beauty in the world. Dwelling in the refuge of Dharma, I learn to open many doors on the path of transformation. Dwelling in the refuge of Sangha, shining light that supports me, keeping my practice free of obstruction. Taking refuge in the Buddha in myself, I aspire to help all people recognize their own awakened nature, realizing the mind of love. Taking refuge in the Dharma in myself, I aspire to help all people fully master the ways of practice and walk together on the path of liberation. Taking refuge in the Sangha in myself, I aspire to help all people build fourfold communities, to embrace all beings and support their transformation. Reciting the sutras, practicing the way of awareness, gives rise to benefits without limit. We vow to share the fruits with all beings. We vow to offer tribute to parents, teachers, friends, and numerous beings who give guidance and support along the path.
Các con thu kinh lại và đứng lên lễ Phật, không có nói chuyện.
At this time, we would like to invite the communities, please return the chanting book to the group leaders and please maintain your quiet energy. Please stand up. Thank you for your practice.
Sư thầy mời các con quay lưng lại hướng về màn hình tivi và ngồi xuống giùm sư thầy. Thầy nhờ Tiểu Bổn lên mở đoạn phim cho này. Sư cô Trung An để một cái microphone cho nghe cho rõ. Trung Tĩnh đưa một cái microphone. Rồi tất cả các con yên lặng cho thầy nè.
Can we all keep silence for just a second while we're putting on the videos for you guys to watch?
Con yên lặng tập trung xem và trả lời sư thầy, rồi mình được ra chơi đúng giờ. Còn nếu mình cứ nói chuyện thì mình không có được ra chơi đúng giờ. Con mở lại từ đầu. Chuẩn bị âm thanh cho chuẩn đi cô Trung An.
Hello everyone. Today, I want to share with you a very special and important story about a boy named Latrung Tone. When Tone was young, he started to have a big bump growing on his face.
Con yên lặng, play lại từ đầu cho thầy.
About the size of his thumb, but over time it grew bigger and bigger, as big as...
Tất cả các con yên lặng, thầy muốn các con nghe từ đầu.
Hello everyone. Today, I want to share with you a very special and important story about a boy named Latrung Tone. When Tone was young, he started to have a big bump growing on his face. At first, it was small, about the size of his thumb, but over time it grew bigger and bigger, as big as an orange, then a pomelo. This bump made it hard for Tone to eat, breathe, and it made him very frustrated and scared. He had no hope that it could be healed. His family was very worried and took him to many doctors. But no matter what the doctors did, the bump didn't get smaller. One day, Tone's family was introduced to a Buddhist temple called Bhavang Pagoda. They went there to learn more and find help. At the temple, Tone and his family learned something very important. The bump was connected to things Tone had done in his past lives, many years ago before he was born this time. In those past lives, Tone had hurt and killed many animals and done a lot of bad things. Because of those actions, he created a lot of anger and hatred from spirits, and they cursed him with a big lump on his face. Tone and his family felt very sad when they heard this, but they didn't give up hope. Tone began to chant the name of Amitabha Buddha every day. Through this chanting, Amitabha Buddha taught him how to be compassionate and kind. Tone sincerely apologized to the spirits for the harm he had caused them in his past lives. With Buddha's compassion and blessing, the spirits forgave him. This forgiveness was very powerful. After Tone chanted and followed Buddha's teachings, like being kind, helping others, and being patient, the big bump on his face started to get smaller and softer. It no longer hurt him as much, and it didn't bleed anymore. After months of chanting, being patient, and trying his best to live a good life, doctors were finally able to help Tone with a big surgery. The surgery took many hours, but it was successful. Slowly, Tone's face looked more normal, and he felt stronger every day. Tone's family was very thankful to Amitabha Buddha, the monks, the doctors, and everyone who helped him. They learned that sometimes, when we do wrong things, we might have to face hard times. But if we sincerely apologize, try to live well, and believe in goodness, we can heal and be happy again. This story teaches us a very important lesson. Even if we make mistakes, we can always change. We can say sorry, be kind to others, and make the world a better place. And when we do that, wonderful things can happen.
Rồi sư thầy mời cô Hải Đường sẽ hỏi, sẽ giải thích cho các em nắm được cái điểm quan trọng trong cái đoạn clip này. Dạ mời cô Hải Đường.
Can you help me?
Yes.
Yes? Tell me.
I seen that when you
God, we need to listen.
say Nam Mô A Di Đà Phật, it helps.
No. Well, you need to help me, otherwise we have to stay here. We want to go outside. Okay. Okay. Con có thể nói con đã học được cái gì?
Dạ học Phật giúp đỡ thằng bé kia Nam Mô A Di Đà Phật mỗi lần bác sĩ không giúp được, so Nam Mô A Di Đà Phật, and then thời gian là and then được yeah.
Con nói tiếng Anh.
So doctors couldn't help him, so that he started praying to the Buddha, and over time he started getting better.
Yes. What's other things? Yeah. But what else?
I don't know.
Of course you do.
Con nói tiếng Việt.
Con nói tiếng Việt xong con nói tiếng Anh. Con nói tiếng Việt.
Con nói cái bạn đó là con nói tiếng Việt không? Ở trên cái đầu của bạn đó bị gì á mà bác sĩ không á phụ được, rồi có một lần đi qua chùa á, rồi mẹ của ba của bạn đó giống như buồn tại nghe là it is past life á, là có làm gì làm chết rồi thì mấy spirits giống như làm có một cái cục ở trên đầu, rồi thử bác sĩ không được mà rồi giờ là nói 50 Phật hơn là người mấy tháng qua là mới chuẩn bị nhỏ lại, rồi rồi mấy bác sĩ mới làm surgery, rồi giờ bạn đó nhìn bình thường lại rồi.
God, I hear a lot of talking. I still hear a lot of talking. Okay. Why did it happen to him? You have to, otherwise we have to stay here. Why did it happen to him? You don't? Yes. Why did it happen to him?
Because in his past life, he killed it and...
Yeah, please speak loudly. Yeah, speak loudly.
Because in his past life, he killed a lot of animals and etc.
Yeah, okay. And so you can make mistake, but what can you do to overcome that mistake?
You can pray to Buddha, so they would forgive you. The spirits will forgive you.
Yes. So, yeah. Don't summarize cho các em.
Yeah. So basically he was. Yeah, can you guys stay quiet, please, and listen to the summary? So basically, the story is Tung. He got a big ulcer on his forehead, and there was no way to cure it. His family was very poor, and they went to different doctors, and they all couldn't, like help him with the case. So one day, they took him to this temple called Chùa Ba Vàng, and the monk there, she realized that in Tung's past life, he did a lot of bad deeds. He killed a lot of animals, a lot of unnecessary sufferings to others. So in this life, the spirits has cursed him to have this big ulcer on his forehead, like growing up. And eventually, through chantings and different rituals and praying, through repenting, he was able to ask for forgiveness from the different spirits, and eventually they figured out a way to raise money for his surgeries, and he was practically cured, got his ulcer removed, and he's living a normal life now. So that's the summary. So the long story short is, even though you may have made a lot of bad mistakes in your life, as long as you are truly atoning and trying to correct your wrongs, everything can be forgiving, and you can always return back.
Thank you.
Cảm ơn cô Hải Đường. Sư thầy mời chị Thân Ly nói cho các em là sau khi mình coi cái phim này rồi, Thân Ly, mình học được điều gì từ cái phim này? Và tụi con đang trẻ, đang đẹp như vậy nè, có nên niệm Phật không? Cái bệnh, cái đau nó có thể xảy đến cho mình giống như người bạn đó hay không?
I'm sorry, sư thầy, can you help me repeat the question for me, please?
Sư thầy hỏi là coi cái phim này rồi mình học được cái điều gì? Thứ hai nữa là mình đang trẻ đẹp như vậy nè, có khi nào bệnh nó sẽ xảy đến với mình như em bé đó hay không?
So I think the purpose of watching the video for you guys is to make sure that in this current life that you guys do good deeds, you think good things, and you share that happiness and gratitude for other people in this life. Try not to harm others, try not to create, like I was saying, unnecessary suffering for all living beings, so that the spirits and whoever else that you wished harm upon will not wish harm on you in the next life. Yeah.
Rồi, cảm ơn chị Thân Ly. Rồi sư thầy mời các con ngồi quay hướng lên Tam Bảo, hướng lên màn Phật trở lại. Rồi, bây giờ sư thầy, mùa đông mình học, mình có coi phim một em bé tên là Minh Hoa, em bé gái. Em bé bị bệnh gì mà niệm Phật trước khi mất đó, nhớ không? Đúng rồi, em bị ung thư não. Và khi mà em nhỏ, cũng như cái anh này lúc baby, nhìn mặt rất là đẹp, cũng như tụi con bây giờ mình nhìn ai cũng đẹp hết. Nhưng mà anything có thể happen to us. Nếu mình không có học, mình không chuẩn bị trước, thì khi mình có người thân, mình có người bạn, hay chính bản thân mình gặp những cái hoàn cảnh khó khăn đó, mình sẽ rất sợ hãi và mình không có biết cách làm cái gì để giúp cho bản thân mình vượt qua được cái khó khăn đó.
In our winter retreat, we watched a video of a young friend who had a type of cancer, a brain cancer. And so this young friend was reciting the name of Amitabha Buddha before they passed away. Through watching this video, we learned the lesson that even though we may be young, we never know as misfortune or sickness may come at any time. And so reciting the name of the Buddha and developing that calm, that peacefulness prepares us for any situation, even if we may have a family member or a friend who goes through some kind of difficulty. We are prepared and we know how to help them.
Sư thầy cũng có lần nhắc với con, có một bạn cũng đi khóa tu như mình, em tên là Lê Andy. Năm đó em mới có 7 tuổi thôi. Thì em đi chợ với mẹ, em cũng bình thường vui vẻ đi chợ. Về tới nhà thì mẹ nói con xách phụ mẹ thức ăn đem vào tủ lạnh. Thì em xách cái bình sữa mà tự nhiên em không đi thẳng được nữa. Tự nhiên cái người em nó cứ nghiêng qua như vậy. Em cứ đi nghiêng, mẹ em mới nói Andy, sao con giỡn hoài? Em mới nói mẹ, con không có giỡn, không biết tại sao con không đi thẳng được nữa.
There was also a young friend who used to attend our retreats named Andy, and he was only 7 years old. One day, Andy and his mother were going to the supermarket. As they came home with their groceries, his mom asked Andy for his help to unload the groceries from the car into the house. As he was carrying a gallon of milk, suddenly his body was leaning towards one side. His mother thought he was joking, so she told Andy to stand up straight and stop fooling around. But Andy simply couldn't. He wasn't doing it on purpose. He just could not control that side of his body as it was leaning to the side.
Và khi em vào tới nhà rồi là em không có đứng lên được. Em cứ thấy cái mặt đất nó nghiêng như vậy và em rất là chóng mặt, em ói, đưa vào nhà thương thì em bị ung thư não cấp tính.
And when the boy gets to the home, he couldn't stand straight and he feeling like the ground is kind of tilted to one side and he couldn't stand straight, so the mom had to rush him to the emergency room.
Và chỉ một tuần sau là Andy mất.
And he passed a week later.
Nhưng mà Andy là đi tu học nhiều năm ở chùa từ năm em 4 tuổi. Cho nên cái giai đoạn em bệnh, em nói mẹ, con muốn niệm Phật. Mẹ về nói sư thầy niệm Phật cho con. Và các sư thầy, các sư cô có đến giúp Andy niệm Phật.
And it's very blessing that Andy has been going to the retreat since he was 4. And during the time that he was about to pass away, his wish to reciting the Buddha name Namo A Di Đà Phật, and he would ask for the help of quý sư thầy and quý sư cô from the temple to niệm Phật for Andy so that he can have a peaceful pass away.
Và có một bạn cũng là học trường Việt ngữ từ nhỏ ở chùa Đức Viên mình. Khi chị vào trong đại học, chị ở trong Dome, thì có một ngày đó chị bình thường không có chuyện gì. Một ngày đó tự nhiên chị thức dậy mở mắt ra không thấy đường.
Another friend who was a student at the Vietnamese school here at chùa Đức Viên grew up to be a college student, and she was living in the dorms while she was in college. She was a very healthy girl, but suddenly one day when she woke up and opened her eyes, she couldn't see anything.
Và bạn bè mới nói và đưa em vào phòng emergency. Người ta cũng phát hiện ra ở trên não có một cái bướu.
And her friends would quickly rush her to the emergency room, and after every scan, and they discovered like she has a tumor in her brain.
Và gia đình em rất là buồn. Gia đình em ở gần chùa mới báo cho sư thầy biết và xin ở chùa niệm Phật. Và gia đình đi xuống thăm em và may mắn em cũng biết niệm Phật. Sau đó là bác sĩ chữa được và em mạnh khỏe trở lại.
So as this young friend's family heard the news, they were very sad. They lived near the temple, and so they came to the temple and asked quý sư thầy, quý sư cô for their help in their collective energy in reciting the name of the Buddha. thankfully, this young friend also knew to recite the name of the Buddha. And so over time, doctors were also able to help her and remove this tumor from her brain.
Rồi thêm một người nữa, anh đã đi học đại học và mới vừa đi làm thôi, đi làm được 1 năm thôi. Thì hôm đó anh đang lái xe đi làm vậy, tự nhiên anh thấy cái đường đi nó bị lệch. Nhưng mà đang lái xe mà cứ thấy cái con đường nó nghiêng. Thì ngay cái lúc đó là đi ngang cái nhà thương, anh chạy vào trong nhà thương, đi vào emergency là cũng bị bướu não, ung thư não.
And there's another young friend who has a similar case when he just graduated university and got his first job. And on his way to the workplace, when driving, he felt like the road was tilted on one side too. But luckily, on the way to the workplace, he passed by a nearby hospital and he rushed himself to emergency room and discovered he also has a tumor in his brain.
Em nào đang make noise á, con đừng có chơi với cái car của con, đừng có gõ xuống. Thì cái người bạn này đi vào trong nhà thương và bị ung thư não, phải đi điều trị nhiều lần cho tới bây giờ chỉ có là đi được vài bước thôi, còn mọi việc đều phải nhờ người khác cứu giúp và nó sắp sửa đi vào giai đoạn cuối.
So because of this friend's brain cancer, he is still undergoing treatment, and it is difficult for him to even just make a few steps. And he is approaching one of the last stages of his cancer.
Sư thầy kể những câu chuyện đó để nhắc cho tất cả chúng ta, mặc dầu bây giờ con cũng như bé Minh Hoa, phải không? Bé Minh Hoa học rất giỏi, được lãnh thưởng, mặc áo đầm đẹp, cột tóc, rồi cũng đi chơi, cũng có thú bông có con thú bằng bông như tụi con vậy. Nhưng một ngày nào đó tự nhiên nhức đầu, tự nhiên có một cái mụn ở đâu trên mặt đó, hay là chóng mặt, thì cái bệnh nó ập đến, mình không có biết trước được. Và điều đó là một sự thật mà nhiều người không dám nhắc đến. Nhưng ai là đệ tử của Phật là dám nhìn thẳng vào vấn đề để mình biết, mình trân quý cái cuộc sống hiện tại của chúng ta, để mình không làm điều xấu ác, để mình niệm Phật cho con người của mình được mạnh khỏe. Và khi cái bệnh đau đến, mình vẫn có cái cách để mình đối diện với cái bệnh đau đó.
Sư Thầy tells these stories because we are also at the young age of these young friends, of these examples that she tells in her stories. And we also have many wonderful things that we have in life, like our pretty clothes, we're able to do our hair in a pretty way, we have our toys, our stuffed animals. But just like the friend in the story, someday, who suddenly experienced some dizziness or some headache or some bump on their face, some sickness may come suddenly and we are not aware. Many people are afraid to think of this reality. However, as students of the Buddha, we can look deeply into these situations and see that we have a way of practice in order for us to encounter the suffering. When we see this difficulty, this suffering, we may come back to reciting the name of the Buddha or practicing wholeheartedly in order for us to overcome.
Tại sao mình niệm Phật có thể giúp được cho mình?
And why is reciting the Buddha name can help us?
Tại vì Đức Phật nhiều không thể đếm được cái kiếp số, mà cái kiếp số nào Đức Phật cũng giúp tất cả chúng sanh. Đức Phật không có sát sanh, Đức Phật phóng sanh, Đức Phật giúp đỡ tất cả mọi người. Đức Phật dùng cái thân mạng của Ngài để làm thức ăn cho những cái con thú đói. Đức Phật rất là từ bi trí tuệ, cho nên nhiều chúng sanh, tất cả chúng sanh nghe đến tên Đức Phật đều có một cái thiện cảm, đều có một cái lòng kính quý và đều muốn nghe lời Đức Phật.
So the Buddha in many previous life has have done a lot of good deeds to people, and he would use his whole life to feed the hungry animal. That's why he accumulated a lot of lots of merit. So that's why when his student hear the name of the Buddha, they can aspirate themselves to do good deeds, to follow his teaching in this life.
Và khi mình niệm Phật là mình try the best để mình làm được những lời Đức Phật dạy. Đó là không làm điều ác, mình làm những điều tốt và tâm ý của mình luôn luôn nghĩ lợi ích cho mọi người. Mình có cái nhân tốt đó cho nên tất cả mọi người đều thương yêu mình. Và nếu mình lỡ mình làm điều gì sai trái, mình sám hối, người ta có thể chấp nhận cái sự sám hối của mình, đặc biệt là có cái sự chứng minh của Đức Phật.
So as students of the Buddha, we do our best to practice and embody his teachings, especially to do good deeds, to avoid bad deeds, and to help all beings, to do what is in the benefit of all others. So we should do our very best to do all good deeds. However, if we happen to do any bad deeds, we can also seek forgiveness, and we will be forgiven by others, especially with the witness of the Buddha.
Ví dụ như bây giờ con có hai bạn chơi rồi đánh nhau, rồi khóc rồi giận nhau, đem đến sư thầy. Bạn A còn giận bạn B lắm, nhưng mà sư thầy nói thôi con thương bạn đi. Sư thầy, bạn xin lỗi con rồi, giờ con đừng có giận. Sư thầy nói thì bạn A vì thương sư thầy, vì kính sư thầy mà đồng ý tha thứ cho bạn B. Cũng như vậy đối với Đức Phật, những cái người oan trái với mình, người ta còn giận mình dữ lắm. Nhưng đối với cái lòng từ bi của Đức Phật, người ta nghe theo lời dạy của Đức Phật, người ta chấp nhận, người ta tha thứ cho mình, người ta không làm khổ mình nữa, thì lúc đó là cái bệnh của mình nó được thuyên giảm.
So let's say if two of you is in the fight, like a huge fight, and two of you just don't know how to make it up, and two of you would bring it up to Suthai and ask for Suthai's help to remediate the fight, and because of a Suthai merit and the love and the respect of the student to Suthai, and they listen to Suthai talks and Suthai teaching, so they are able to remediate and make it up with each other. Similarly, with the Buddha, so in many lives that you have, this life have done wrong to a lot of people that you don't know of, but by the power of going to the Buddha and say sorry and ask for the Buddha's help and reciting the Buddha name, the people who dislike you, because they also have the same respect for the Buddha, they were able to forgive you because they listen to the Buddha teaching.
Rồi, cảm ơn các con. Bây giờ chúng ta niệm Phật đúng 10 câu thôi, mà niệm cho hay, cho hết cái tấm lòng của mình, rồi mình ra chơi nha. Ngồi lưng thẳng lên cho đẹp cho thầy nè. Lưng thẳng lên giống như Đức Phật. Đức Phật ngồi lưng rất là thẳng. Phủ áo phía trước lại cho đẹp, chắp tay lên hết cho đẹp cho thầy. Chắp tay cho thật đẹp. Mình niệm Phật để mình cầu nguyện cho tất cả mọi người đều thương yêu nhau, đều tha thứ cho nhau, đều có cái cuộc sống an lành, tốt đẹp theo lời Đức Phật dạy nha. Con giúp thầy đúng 10 câu thôi nha. Sen bước 10, 11. Nghiêm túc cho thầy. Giỏi thì được đi ra ngoài ăn kem, không giỏi là ở lại niệm Phật tiếp với thầy nha. Chắc chắn chưa? Chắp tay lên, thẳng lưng lên. Giỏi. Nam mô A Nam mô A Di Đà Phật. Nam mô A Di Đà Phật. Nam mô Giỏi quá, mời các con đứng lên và cho các con ra chơi.